The next thing that we're going to look at is a Cuisinart Burr grinder. So cost on this is usually under $60. On the band here, it lists fine, medium, and coarse. And the most important thing is that it's a Burr grinder. And so what this should do is create a really even and concise grind every single time. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a little test. Again, I have my 26 grams of coffee already pre-weighed. We'll put this in here. And now the coffee's all ground through. So it takes a little bit longer for the coffee to move all the way through the grinder. So timing can be a bit cumbersome there. We can look at the grind, and again, we see pretty consistent grind across the board. So we went for a medium grind because that's what this brewing method requires, and it's pretty consistent. So that looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the next steps of moving this into our brewing vessel. All right, so I'll go ahead and get this coffee brewed. While this is finishing brewing, I'm just gonna talk about some of the other features in this, on this grinder. First is that it has a half a pound hopper, which holds, holds half a pound of coffee, which is great if you're using this vessel, if you're using this device to store coffee. Again, it's not something that I would recommend, but it's definitely possible and will do. The timer on it, which allows you to essentially just set your coffee and go. It's a really, really great feature here. Now that it's finished brewing, I'm really excited about this because the first thing that I want to show everybody is that you have a completely even bed of coffee at the bottom that lays very flat, okay? And that means that the particles size of the coffee was evenly ground, and we were able to get a really uniform brew with this grinder, that is the goal. That is what we want. So having the first sip, the first thing that comes to mind is balanced, meaning that there's no one element, either positive or negative, that's really sticking out. It's a really well-balanced cup of coffee. I still think this is a really accessible and good grinder. In fact, when people ask me, friends and family ask me as to like a good starting grinder, I recommend something like this for home use, just because of its approachability of all the things that we had previously discussed. So we're gonna wrap up here, clean up, and move on to our third grinder.